Have you guys ever heard of Grant Cardone before talking to me today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Have you ever done any business with Grant, or have you ever, read any of his books?
So yeah, I've read one of his books, and we've seen some of the webinars, and then just like little tidbits that you have online.
Okay, fantastic. So I know that you guys wouldn't want to actually do any business with us unless I could solve a problem for you. And usually, when I'm talking to an owner, they have certain things that they want to fix. But as a salesperson, just like I am, I'm focused on what I'm focused on. So between the two of you, if there was one thing for each of you that I could help you solve when it comes to selling or closing or following up, or really just making more money, what's that one thing, or where do you guys hit the most resistance in your sale?
On our daily business?
Yeah.
Follow up with clients. Yeah. Getting them to pull them in.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people that will sometimes tour them fall off the face of the earth. And then for me, I would say it's really negotiating on price to a place where we're not losing money, especially if they're looking at like another venue, for example, that has a lower price point. And they're really focusing on cost, not value.
Got it. Okay. So we're talking about following up because they fall off the face of the earth or go dark, and then also being able to close the deal and not worry about losing the deal because of price to somebody down the street.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Well, I'll solve both of those problems for you. So a little information on why we put this together is what we used to do is we used to do a lot of seminars. Grant would do a 6-hour seminar on sales. You'd show up, you'd spend 6 hours with Grant, and you'd get a lot of information. You'd probably be jacked up and motivated for about 6 hours after the program, but then you'd forget about 87% of everything that you learned. And it's because it only happened one time. It was basically like a shot in the arm type of sales meeting. And then, even if you did take notes, you probably never go back and review the notes. I know that's true for me. Does that hit true home for you guys?
Yeah.
All right. So then what Grant did was he said, well, these little 6-hour seminars aren't working. Why don't I just write books? That'll solve the problem. That'll get all my information in front of the salespeople. And so he wrote 5 New York Times best-selling books on selling, closing, negotiating, taking massive action, being obsessed. And we found out there's a problem with books. And you guys probably already know what that problem is.
Finding time to read them?
Finding time to read them is exactly what we found out. Average American reads less than 1 book a year right now. And good for you guys. Half of them are romance novels.
I know, right? Love Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah, that's great for you guys. That's great for your business. But the average salesperson reads less than 1 book on selling in their entire career. It's only really the owners and the CEOs that are reading. So how do we get people information where they actually have time to do it? Because you don't have time to read. Your lives are busy. How do they have time? How do we get it to them? And how can we make sure that they understand the information without sending them to a seminar? So we found out that 50 billion videos were viewed last month online. 50 billion. And more than half of them were viewed from a mobile device, a smartphone or a tablet. So between Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube and Netflix, that's how people are getting their information. The problem is it's really just a bunch of distractions. Nothing really useful. It's what this politician or that politician said. It's, a gorilla got shot or ISIS is coming. There's just a bunch of distractions. And really that's who your real competition is people are very distracted. Like, well, should we get married? Should we plan on bringing a family into this world. And so they've got all these different things going on, not just the person down the street that also wants their business.
Yeah.
So what we found out is that's how people are getting their information today. They're watching videos. So we sat Grant Cardone down. We shot 1,500 virtual lessons on sales, closing, negotiating, handling price. And then we put it onto this program where it's available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from any smartphone, any tablet, any computer. And then we cut the video lessons. They're all videos, so you don't have to read anything because nobody reads anymore.
Mhm.
Very little people read. And then we put it into, we cut those video lessons into short segments, anywhere from 2 to 7 minutes long. And on average, they're about 3.5 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
So they're quick, they're fast, they're exactly what you're looking for. And then we put testing behind it so that you're not just watching video lessons, you're actually learning. And the tests are meant to make sure that you understood the information. Then we put it into a curriculum where you're only training for about 10 or 15 minutes every day. So you could do like 7 or 8 minutes in the morning and 7 or 8 minutes at lunch. So it's easy to take in the information. And then we put it into sequence. So you're learning the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s as we move you through the process. And what we've seen with 30 million lessons that have been delivered, when you train 10 or 15 minutes every day that you work 5 days a week on our program, you increase your sales about 30%. So you make more money, and that's really what the whole thing is about. You know, you guys being able to go out there and increase your revenue. So this is how the program works. Number one, I want to show you that there's no product knowledge. We're not going to teach anything about an event or a wedding or a dress or a ring inside the program. And there's no industry specifics. You guys have a certain industry specific as far as you have to build a certain type of relationship with your client. This is a one-time deal, most likely. And so there's no industry specifics. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to give you the third component. And that third component is pure sales training. And I'm going to show you what that is now. Any questions up to this point?
No.
Okay, good. So here's the full curriculum. And this isn't the entire program, but this is the core. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to run through these really quick. And then once I run through them, I want you to tell me, hey, Dave, that's the most important to me right now. And then I'll show you how it works, and I'll do it for each of you. So selling basics, these are the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s of being a professional salesperson. A lot of people say, well, I've been selling for a long time, and I know that you guys are already pros, or else we wouldn't even be on this call. So I already know you know how to sell. But I don't know if you made $40 or $50 or $150,000 last year. But whatever you made, that's the level that you're at. And a lot of people will say, okay, I agree with that. That's the level that I'm at. Whatever you made last year is what we want to get another 30% more of so that you can make more money. And a lot of it starts with the fundamentals on the basics. Then we go into understanding the buyer. This is where we actually start to engage the buyer and know what they're thinking. When they say, well, I'm busy and I don't have time and the price is too high, what are they actually telling you so that you can actually start to predict what happens next in the buying process. Then we get into the sales process. The sales process is the actual playbook, everything from the greeting to the fact finding to the demo down to the write-up. And you are going to know what to do in every single part of the sales process instead of just, well, you know, I told them how good it is. We're actually going to be able to move them through a process and know where you're at. Then we stop selling. At the point where you've demonstrated the value, we stop selling because there's no money in selling. Spoiler alert, there's no money in selling. All of your money is going to be inside the close. So what we do is once we get to the close, we stop selling with emotion, we stop building the rapport, and then we go completely logical when we start talking about somebody's money. So when we get to the theory, we're going to show you the theory of closing, the rules, the advanced rules, and then the reasons you're not closing the deal. And then once we have the theory down, then we move into the strategies. These are over 200 strategies on how to get the deal done. The actual word tracks of what you say when somebody says, well, I need to talk to my fiance before I make a decision. The price is too high, the payments are too high. We're working with somebody down the street. I just need your best price. Can you just email it to me? I need to think about it. We don't make rash decisions. Whatever you're running into, we've got strategies on exactly what to say. Then incoming calls, this is actually how you set. Did you have a question there?
No.
Oh, okay, good. So then incoming calls, this is how you set an appointment that actually shows up on time and ready to buy. We walk you through the entire process of taking that call and setting the appointment. Then prospecting. Now, prospecting is where we get into the real art of being a master salesperson, because instead of just waiting for people to show up, we're going to show you how to build a pipeline so full that you're going to have deals just coming through and dropping through your pipeline, because you're actually going out there and you're creating an economy. Then the follow-up. This is where your people start disappearing, dropping off cliffs, and going dark. We're going to teach you step by step how follow-up works, the mistakes that you're making, and give you a follow-up tool that gives you actual follow-up content for an entire year. Mastering the cold call is where we're going to teach you how, once you have prospecting and follow-up down, how to actually go out there and introduce yourself to somebody you don't know. Hey, my name's Dave. You don't know me. I don't know you. Actually, this is a cold call, but I'm interested in your business and actually helping you out, and writing scripts for you and overcoming every objection that you're going to run into in a cold call. Customer care is taking care of your customer before, during, and after the sale. And then let's face it, as salespeople, we're going to hear no more than we hear yes. So we need to stay motivated. You can't run to John, definitely can't run to Lauren every time, somebody rejects you and you need to get jacked up. So we put in over 100 segments of content on lessons that are less than 2 minutes long on how to stay motivated and how to keep, instead of becoming enthusiastic, you just are enthusiastic. And then the top traits of the most successful salespeople in the world, along with internet lead response and personal finances. Which one of these right now, I'd like to hear from both of you, are like, Dave, man, I need some of that today. I ran into a problem yesterday. I could have used this. And I'll show you how it works. Ashley, how about you first?
Which one of us?
Ashley?
Yeah, okay. I think understanding the buyer.
Yeah, okay, good. So from your smartphone, tablet, or computer, you simply log in, click on understanding the buyer, and here's the lessons. First off, the magic of agreement. Then attitude, give, the price myth, and your buyer's money. So which one of these would you want more information on today?
Say course 3.
Give. So I'm going to click in here, and this is an attitude of service is what Grant's going to go over. So the magic of give. Now, we're not talking about giving your product or service away, but the give of actual service, servicing the client. And then love the one you're with, where Grant is going to go over, hey, if you've got your client in front of you, you're never going to take another phone call. You're never going to say, oh, this is important, you're going to go away, because that actually devalues you in front of the client that you're with. Grant's going to go into the level of service that you need to have in order to close the deals that are in front of you. And then we want to make service senior to selling, because when somebody feels that they're taken care of, they are going to buy from you. And then there's the hard sell. A lot of people don't like the hard sell because they don't know what the hard sell is or actually what it's used for. And then closing is like a recipe, and how to put the word tracks together and how to make it work so that when somebody buys from you, there's a winner's exchange and they feel good about giving you their money. In fact, they feel like you should have charged them more for everything that you're going to give them. Ashley, which one of these do you want me to click into because it's important to you?
The hard sell.
The hard sell. So I'm going to click into the hard sell. I'm going to get this information. Grant Cardone's going to pop up. I'm going to get a 5-minute and 31-second segment of content. Now, is this too long for Grant to give you the information on the hard sell? 5 minutes.
No, that's fine.
Exactly. It's not going to be too long. So now, instead of just watching the segment of content, because if you just watch it, you're going to retain about 20% of the information just because we're always distracted. What you're going to do is click into My Notes. Now, when you click into My Notes, you're actually going to be able to take notes on your computer while Grant is speaking. And what happens is you're going to retain up to 65% of the information when you take notes. Now, you're not going to be able to fast forward this, but at the end of this, you're automatically going to be put into a test. Now, the test is multiple choice. The test is not meant to trick you, but it is meant to make sure that you understood the information that you just watched. It's not for John or Lauren. This is for you. So you have 60 seconds to answer each question, so it goes fast. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If you answer the first one right, good, you move right on. You answer the second one correct. But if you miss the third question, that means that you failed the entire test, because this isn't where, Lucia?
Dave, it seems like I can't hear you too well all of a sudden.
Yeah, hold on one second here. How about now? Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I think my my headset just died.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. So the reason we put the test in is, the reason we want 100% is because this isn't high school anymore where an 80% is going to give you a passing grade. This is the real world, where if you don't close your client at 100%, that you're not going to get the deal done, right? So if you miss one question, you're going to be prompted to retake the test. And if you miss the question again on the second time, so you get a second chance. But if you miss the question again on the second test, then you've got to go back, rewatch the segment of content, and then retake the test.
Okay.
Now, Emily, where was your focus?
Probably the follow-up.
Okay, good. So you've got follow-up. You're going to see, this is the great thing, is you can come in and get the information you need that day, because the other salespeople are going to need something different. So you've got the facts of following up, follow-up basics, the mistakes that are made, following up unsold customers, and you're going to love that one, because they go, the ones that jump off the cliff, how to use the follow-up tool, different ways to follow up. You've got the types of calls for the owner follow-up contact for 365 days. I'm going to show you that tool. Advanced strategies and reasons why people don't buy from you. Which one of these has your attention right now, Emily?
Definitely the unsold customers.
Follow up unsold customers. So we have 5 segments of content, 5 lessons that you can come in here. Using the facts on unsold customers. Follow the opportunity. Why don't people buy? The 5 types of buyers and revelations of follow-up. Which one do you need right now?
Follow the opportunity.
Follow the opportunity. So you're going to come in, you're going to click here, Grant's going to pop up. You're going to get a 2.5-minute segment.
Opportunity. Look, in many ways, the follow-up call can be more challenging than a cold call, and nobody wants to do the cold call. But I'm telling you, the follow-up call in many ways can be even more challenging than following up somebody or making contact with somebody that you.
Okay, so he's going to go for 2.5 minutes explaining to you the follow-up opportunity. He knows that it's tough. He knows that it's hard. He knows that it's like throwing a pebble into an abyss, and you never hear the rock hit the walls or hit the ground. And it's just every phone call, every email sent out, and it's like nothing's happening. And then he's going to explain to you what's really happening and then what goes on and how to get through that. And again, you're going to be able to take notes. As soon as this is over, you're going to be able to take the test, find out if you really understood the information. And then you can even favorite this. If this is something that you really got something out of, you can favorite the content and go back and view it in your favorites. And so you can go back and rewatch those segments of content. Now, one other thing I want to show you with follow-up is that it's not just training inside the program. You can come here to the follow-up tool. Now, the follow-up tool is the tool that we've given you that is not training. There's no test after the segments of content, and the segments are only 1 minute long. Now, you guys have a CRM. What CRM are you using right now?
Cateries.
Okay, good. So that program tells you that John and Sarah are looking to get married. This is their phone number. This is their email address. And this is their names. And that's basically what it tells you. But it never tells you what to say or what to do on a follow-up call. So now what we did is we put this program, this pick-a-day, to complement what you're already doing with your CRM. So this is going to tell you what to do for follow-up on day 0, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, all the way to day 365. For an entire year, you're going to know what to do, what link to send, what email to send, what text to send out, what card to send out, what letter, and Grant tells you exactly what to say. Like, let's say it's day 3. And by the way, do you guys know the stats of follow-up?
That it takes up to like 7 or 6 contacts to get a hold of them?
Right. It's 80% of the time between 5 and 12 contacts just to get a hold of somebody. So you absolutely 6 or 7 times. So that means 80% of the time you're going to have to actually, I know I'm not going to get a hold of anybody until I call them 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 times. I know that. So that's why I'm going to make that. And I'll make those phone calls. I'll make 1 a day. Sometimes I'll make 2 a day just because I know that I want to take time out of the equation. And 48% of all salespeople never follow up. And only 25% of the ones that do follow up only follow up once. So if you guys have this tool, you're going to be able to outperform anybody else, any other competition, because they're not following up, and you know it. Like, see, take day 3. Day 3, Grant's going to pop up. He's going to say, today's the day. It's a 1-minute segment. Grant's going to say, today's the day for a selfie video. So because you have their cell phones, and because we're going to teach you how to get everyone's text number, that's what you're going to ask for. Ashley, hey, I'm going to text you over some information. What's the best number to text that to? Ashley's just going to give me your number.
Mm-hmm.
It works. So I'm going to grab my phone. I'm going to say, hey, it's Dave here from Saphire Events. Just wanted to let you know we've got some amazing venues that just opened up. Want to make sure that you knew about them. This is my cell number, 702-619-4089. I'm looking forward to a call back, and I'm looking forward to earning your business. Talk to you soon. A 20-second selfie video. Now, let me ask you something, ladies. How many of you have ever sent a selfie video before?
Never.
Really? You guys don't use Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook?
Oh, I thought you meant for sales. Yeah, I mean, a little. I've used it a little bit.
Yeah. So now you are going to use it for sales. All the tools that you're already using, we're going to just transfer that into making money. So it's real simple. It's fast. Now, this is what happens. Now you put a face to the name. They know who you are. Now it's personable. You also live inside their cell phone. That cell phone never goes more than 3 feet away from them, even when they're sleeping. And nobody else is doing that. And this is one way to set yourself apart. And I have follow-up for an entire year. So what do you guys like best about what I've shown you so far today?
Go ahead, Ed.
The variety of content in the training center. I think it's going to be helpful.
What questions do you guys have for me?
So this is going to be, if they move forward, this is available every day, all day, and say you had a slow day in the office and you wanted to watch 5 different videos, you would be able to?
Yeah, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, any mobile device, anything. Now, let's say that is the exact situation. It's slow. Maybe you haven't sold anything for 3 or 4 days. What are you looking for right now? I'm looking for some motivation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe I just need to get my head straight. So I'm going to come in here to 100 ways to stay motivated. Now, do I want to hear something on potential, personal development, time management, self-esteem, staying energized, purpose, magnetism, goals, 10X, or follow through?
Okay.
Which one are you looking for?
I guess stay energized.
Yeah, so I'm going to hit stay energized. Man, I got to keep my energy up. And look, I've got 11 segments of content that are going to be under 2 minutes long. Exercise a little every day. Eat the healthiest foods. Avoid foods with sugar. Increase water intake. Be energetic even when you don't feel it. Okay, write down the successes you're having. Listen to music that pumps you up. Say yes to life. Move with speed and urgency, and stay hungry. Act hungry with everyone you meet. Man, I don't even feel like being energetic today, so I'm going to click this one.
Be energetic. But even when you don't feel like being energetic, be energetic. You got to fake it till you make it. When you don't feel it, interject it. Be energetic, okay? So be excited, but you just got to start practicing this. It's like a muscle. Energetic, excited, enthusiasm is a muscle. It's not a feeling. People are like, I don't feel it today. I don't feel enthusiastic. I don't care how you feel, man. Look, it don't matter, baby. You got to be energetic.
So you think after a minute and 20 seconds that your attitude's going to change after that?
I would hope so.
Yeah. But see, it's not one magic 1 minute video. It's something, I want you to think of this as a sales training gym. I'm sure both of you go to the gym. If you wanted 6-pack abs, right? There's no way that you could go in and work out for 5 or 10 minutes every day. And if you went to the gym for 2 or 3 hours on a Monday, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to get so sore, you're not going to want to go back for two weeks, and you're going to say training doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So what we say is do 10 to 15 minutes every day. The only way training works is a high consistency and a high frequency. So if you just went in and you did push-ups for 15 minutes every day, boy, you're gonna feel different in 2 weeks. In 2 months, you're gonna look different, and in 6 months, everything's gonna be different.
Yeah.
So that's why we say 10 to 15 minutes every day at a minimum. Now, if you want to do more than that, absolutely come in here, get the information. One of you said, "Hey, can I come in here all day? Can I watch 5 videos?" Absolutely. We encourage that, but at a minimum, 2 to 3 segments a day.
Okay.
So if this was completely up to you and you're the decision makers, which is what this is, they want to make sure there's buy-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being Dave, I could absolutely use this every day. This is something that I would do. And 1 being, I like the way things are. In fact, there's some of my clients, I wish they'd jump off a cliff. Where are you guys at?
I mean, I feel pretty close to a 10. I think that in our industry and the way that our company is run, that it is a very aggressive sales company, and we do things differently than a lot of venues. So I definitely, everyone here will utilize it. So, I mean, is there a way that for the next few hours we would be able to access the system and actually sit down and watch 2 or 3 on our own and take notes and take the tests to really see the content and absorb?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'll do is I've got free access for you already set up. So if you want to go to, write this down, CardoneUniversity.com. CardoneUniversity.com. And it's going to, right in the middle of the page, it's going to say Get Access Now. Click on Get Access Now, and then it will set you up with access. You've got to create a username and create a password. This is going to give you access to a sample platter of the program.
Okay.
You're going to have 18 segments of content that you're going to be able to watch. You're probably going to watch 2 or 3 of them and go, okay, this is the deal. This is what we want.
Yep.
Right?
Okay.
So
yeah, that would be helpful.
And that's yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, I don't have
so
any.
You're going to get in there. Oh, sorry.
No, it would just be
Go
nice
ahead.
to really see it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to get in there and you're going to say, hey, this is Grant. This is the content. But I want you to understand it's watching 2 or 3 videos is not going to change it. It's about having access. It's like you can't go in and work out for 2 days and expect something's going to change. So this is about, hey, I want to train. I want to get better at what I'm doing. I'm a professional salesperson. I want sales training, and I want it every day so that I can go out there, make more money, and provide for my family and do the things that I want to do. That's why we created this. So I'll let you go. So let's say you didn't have a chance to go in If you had to make a decision right now, what would your decision be? Yes, we want to do this, or no, I'm okay without it.
No, it would be yes, we want to do this. Emily and I
Okay,
both agree.
from both of you?
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent. So you guys can still go in there, get that information. I'm going to let John and Lauren know that we had a successful time on the call. I'm going to shoot them this call so that they can send it to everybody else. And hopefully we can get this thing, all the paperwork finished up so that we can launch this as early as Friday or Monday morning, so you guys can have full access to everything in the program. And just one more thing before I let you run. You also are going to have access to all of Grant's books, all of the audio content. We're going to put you on a Cardone certification path and handling objections. This is where you're going to find over 200 closes that get the deal done, that don't give up any gross or give out any discounts. And this is just the closes. These are anywhere from 8 to 32 seconds long when somebody says, well, the money's too much, I don't have the money, or the price is too high. We have 45 different closes just for that. Stalls. I need to check with somebody else before I make a decision. We don't make rash decisions. We need to think about it. 17 different objection handlers for that. The product, the time, basic closes, advanced closes, affordability closes. The difference between you and everybody else. Down payment, too much money. This is where you can come in. This is also not training. You're not going to have any tests. This is where Grant just gives you the exactly what to say in each situation. So you have those word tracks. So any other questions before I let you run?
No, I think it's great.
Fantastic. Well, ladies, I appreciate your time today. I look forward to doing business with you. And if you want to let John and Lauren know that you're ready to roll, then hopefully we can get this thing all wrapped up and finished today.
All right, perfect.
Thank you so much. And I also come along with the deal. I'll be doing sales meetings for you every month. I'll go through on a launch call to show you how to use the program. And then you can ask me any questions at any time on, hey, Dave, I need help with this, or I need a script, or I keep running into this problem. So it's not just the program. You also get me and my team along with the deal.
Awesome. That's perfect.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today, and be great, because nothing else is going to pay you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
You too.